Now this piece of wood has been giving me one hell of a fight. I've been trying to get the colour right. And when I used this, and it says wiping stain or whipping stain, depending on your preference, it was like paint. It just took away all of the grain, and I wasn't happy with it. So I've sanded this again. Now, and unfortunately, certain areas it's got a little thin, but I'm not going to worry about that. And then what I've done is I've diluted it 50-50 mixture with lacquer thinner in a jar, and as you can see, it separates, so you kind of have to stir it up a bit. So I've diluted it 50-50, and this is how it's come out, and I must admit I am quite pleased with it. Is it perfection? No, but I'm not too worried about that. This, yeah, it bugs me, but I don't want to go through the whole process again. If after a number of years of driving this car that bugs the hell out of me, then I will redo it. So I did a test on the other side first of all, just along here very lightly, and I was pleased with the result, which is why I went ahead and did this. So the next phase on this particular piece will be to let this dry overnight. Then I will give it a good old spray of Minwax. I haven't got it at hand. Minwax clear gloss, and I will probably end up giving it 4 or 5 coats, and then using the filler. And I'll show you that in case you've not seen me doing this before. And we will hopefully see how good or bad it comes out, and that will be released in a very, well, this will be the very short video. So let's let this dry. For you, again, it won't take long. For me, it's going to be overnight, and then tomorrow I will spray it with a few coats of lacquer. Let those soak in and seal it, and then we'll go for the top coats. All right, that's it for this particular section, but you don't care because for you it'll just flow into the next one. Here we go again, seeing if we can get this to finish. Now I've stained it and I'm quite happy with the stain, so now it's the case of giving it a few coats of the Minwax clear gloss, and hopefully that will seal it. Unfortunately a little bit windy out here at the moment. Right, I'll give that one a few minutes to soak, then we'll come and give it another coat. So I think it's something like between 5 and 2 hours, 5 minutes, yeah, hang on. A thin coat, recoat within 2 hours. Okay, other than that I've got to leave it 72 hours. So we'll let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll give it some more coats. So we'll be back. Alright, let's give it another coat. Oh, I don't like this wind. It means I waste a lot. So I have to go slower than I normally would. Get a good thick coat on. Alright, let's leave that now for probably, give that about 15 minutes, and then we'll go at it again. Right, time for a couple more coats, and then we'll probably let it dry and I will let it dry for about a week. Yeah, I know it seems a long time, but I want to make sure it's good and set. Then after a week, I will rub it down and fill in any little anomalies with a clear filler that I've got, specially designed for going between coats of lacquer or varnish, whatever words you want to use, however you want to call it. And one more for the road. Sounds like my can's sputtering. It's becoming towards the end. There we go. And I'm no expert in spraying, but I've always been told you keep spraying till you've gone past the end of the object you're spraying. And I'm sure an expert out there will be able to tell you different. With aerosol cans, I don't know if you know, you should invert the can and then press it. That clears all the crap out. And then it doesn't clog the nozzle then. Alright, that is it. I'm not going to coat this anymore. We'll continue with this in a week's time when this is finished drying. See you in a week, or for you, a moment. Just to show you, this is the coating, or the filler should I say, that you put in between layers and layers of varnish to give you that lovely glass finish. This fills in little holes and crevices and cracks, and then you spray over it once you've sanded it down again. It's really good stuff, so highly recommend this if you want to try and achieve that glass-like finish.